Good afternoon, learners. My name is Memonso. I'm from Sukunelo Senior Secondary School. The lesson that I'm going to share with you is the nervous system. I welcome you to Life Science lesson. Let us start. So humans have two systems that allow them to respond to the environment. These are the endocrine system. So the endocrine system helps you to respond to the environment so as to avoid danger by means of what? By means of the hormones. And then the other system is the nervous system. So the nervous system, it's a system that allows you to respond to the environment by means of the nerve cells. What is the importance of the nervous system? Okay, the nervous system brings about coordination of different activities. Let me just try to make an example of different activities which are coordinated as a result of this nervous system. Let me say that you are a goalkeeper. Someone tries to kick a ball towards you. As a goalkeeper, what you are going to do when the ball is kicked towards you is that, number one, you are going to run to the ball. Number two, you are going to jump so as to catch the ball. And then number three, you are going to do what? To catch the ball. So now what I've just made mention of are the three activities which are done what? Which are coordinated. So now what made these activities to be coordinated are the different parts of your body which work as a what? As a system. So now the other importance of the nervous system is that it helps us to respond to the stimuli. A stimulus is a change in the external or internal environment which can make your body to react. Let me try again to make an example. Okay, let me say that, okay, you are driving towards a robot. So now when you drive towards a robot, what you are going to do if the robot says amber, you are quickly going to respond by doing what? By applying your brakes. Another aspect of the external environment where I can try to make an example of is, okay, let me say that you are walking in a very bright light. A bright light is an aspect of what? Of the external environment. You are going to respond to that bright light by doing what? By closing your eyes. So, the nervous system, what I want us to talk about is that, what is the nervous system made up of? So now, the nervous system is made up of special cells which are called what? Which are called the neurons. So now, which are called the neurons. So now, what must be known about the neurons is that neurons are classified according to what? To their structure. And then again, neurons can be classified according to what? To their function. So now here I have the classification of neuron according to what? To their structure. So now, when we look at the classification of neurons according to their structure, we simply look at the number of fibers which are attached to where? To the cell body. So now, we have this first neuron, which is called a bipolar neuron. Okay, we have our cell body here. So now, from this cell body, two nerve fibers are then what? Are attached. Hence, we call this the neuron a bipolar neuron. And then from there, we do have another type of a neuron, which is called what? A multipolar neuron. This neuron is called a multipolar neuron because it has so many fibers which are attached to the cell body. And then the last kind of a neuron is called what? The unipolar what? The unipolar neuron. This neuron is called a unipolar neuron because it has one fiber which is attached to the cell body. And then when coming to the classification of neurons with regard to their function, we do find that we have three types of what? We have three types of neurons. We have a neuron which is called what? A sensory neuron. So a sensory neuron, it's a neuron which takes impulses from where? From the sensory receptors in the sense organs. So our sense organ here is what? It's our skin. So now, this sensory neuron will take impulses from where? From the skin to where? To your brain or to your spinal cord. Let us assume this space to be what? This area to be what? To be our brain or to our spinal cord. And then from there we do have another type of a neuron which is called what? An interneuron. So an interneuron, it's a neuron which is located or which is found where? In the spinal cord. This neuron transmits impulses from where? From the sensory neuron to another neuron which is called what? Which is called a motor neuron. So now, our last neuron is called what? A motor neuron. So a motor neuron transmits impulses from where? From our spinal cord or from the brain or from the CNS to where? To the effector. So now, the effector in this case, our effector in this case will be what? Will be our skeletal what? Our skeletal muscle. So now, what must be known about these neurons is that when they carry impulses in such a way that they line up, mean that one neuron must come after another what? Another neuron, to ensure that impulses travel in what? In one direction. So now, when these neurons line up, they line up in such a way that they don't touch each other. They leave a space in between. The space which is left or which is found amongst or between the neurons is called what? It is called a synapse. Here we have a synapse. Here we have a synapse. So now, the function of a synapse is to ensure that impulses travel in what? In one direction. Mean that impulses need to move from where? They need to move from a receptor to your brain or to your spinal cord, and then from there to where? To your effector, so that you can bring about what? A response.